was hiding a bomb and poison during the class trial? This looks like Monomi's stolen treasure box. Why is a notebook inside this treasure chest like it's something important? There's no way you wrote in that notebook. After all, Monomi can't even write!
It looks like a gas mask and rubber gloves.
A piece of paper made of blue aluminum?
I'm really looking forward to this. This is a real mystery.
Yeah.
Damn right.
Damn right, it's a mystery.
I'm looking forward to being very confused.
Looks like everyone's here.
Huh?
Huh? Is this it? Shouldn't there be more people?
Damn it.
Depressing, ain't it? That's basically what she said.
You're making me depressed!
So it's going to happen again.
I love that.
How many of us are left? Because it ended with 6, the previous game. The cruel conflict where we must doubt our friends.
1, 2, 3,
Akane,
4, 5.
Haji-may,
I think it's 6 again.
Chiaki. Yeah,
Yeah,
but somebody's probably gonna get executed.
true. But once we're through this, we can go back, right?
That's right.
That Monokuma bastard said so, didn't he? He said this is our last class trial.
Damn it.
But we've been tricked every step of the way. There's no way I can believe that so easily.
Of course not.
Why can't you believe it? That guy who's making us do all this is the only one saying it, you know?
You know, right?
That's why I'll definitely survive. If we can really go home after we deal with this class trial.
That's right.
I'll definitely find out who the killer is, no matter what. Even if I have to pull out all the stops. What the fuck? Why are you here?
Haven't you realized it yet? That feeling of wanting to leave this island. Thinking like that is Monokuma's trap, you know.
Huh?
Huh? What are you saying?
Huh?
There's no way Monokuma will end things here. He's planning something far worse.
Stop trying to jinx us!
Serious Monomi is just like extreme
I'll
puberty
pick you up.
Monomi.
I know.
Damn right. Stupid
right.
rabbit should just shut up. Everyone, you mustn't run away from despair.
I mustn't run away. Are?
Poke my belly. Do it.
No!
I know you want to. I have finally realized after losing my powers, I've realized that cursing your powerlessness or your fate accomplishes nothing. That possibility may be small, but as long as there's possibility, you must face it. In order to become someone who can be proud of yourself. So I will fight!
Huh?
What's a deal?
I do not really know, but she seems different from before.
Better! Sexier! Maybe she read a self-help... Excuse me. Maybe she read a self-help book.
I have the same sexual preferences as Legoshi. But her eyes, she looks so determined.
What can you tell just by looking at those blue button eyes?
Uno.
Anyway, make sure you turn off Minimaru. Anyway, make sure you turn off Minimaru. It'd be annoying if you started talking during the trial.
Fine.
But still,
Somehow I understand what Monomi is saying, I think.
Anyway, let's get going. To the class trial.
There's
Yep.
no Nagito to squish now.
Aw.
You're right. We need to fight as much as we can.
What if they
No
drag...
matter what, hopeless truth.
I was gonna say...
Drag him out here to get
drag
squished.
him out, like, with the spike still in, and when he gets squished, it goes all the way in and into the sands.
Oh my god. It's already all the way in. Can't get any all the way inner. Oasis in the end.
Oh!
But
It's like 2 frames. One up, one
Yeah.
down. This is the end. Hold your breath and count to 10. I kept saying those words to myself over and over within my mind. I kept quoting Adele for inspiration. I entered Monokuma Rock.
Ow! One day it'll blast off.
God, it's so depressingly small.
Yeah.
This elevator ride, this will be the last for this. This will be the last time for this too, right? Oh, excuse me.
Calmly spoken, Kazuichi.
Sorry, I thought it was Haji-may.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Well,
Let's worry about things after we're finished.
you are right.
More importantly, we must focus on the class trial before us.
Do you think it's, well, first of all, do you think it's one of the Goyles or one of the boys?
Damn it.
I mean, it's either Chiagi or somebody that we don't know, because I can't think
Sonya.
of it. It's not Sonya.
It's got, I mean,
You suspected numero uno.
I know, but that's like, that means you should at least still be on the list. By the way, I don't know if we'll ever be able to mention this again. Do you see the little face in the elevator next to the door?
Yeah, I always look at him.
The killer, the killer managed to kill someone like Nagito. There's no way this is going to go smoothly. I mean, I still can't believe one of us was able to do that.
Nuggets was problematic in many ways, but he did do that apology video.
Yeah, you're right. He did do that apology video. In fact, during the Funhouse ordeal, we were completely dependent on him. But even if he's gone, the one who've survived need to stand. What the fuck? What was wrong with my
plural.
brain? The ones who've survived. Hooved?
Who have.
Hooved?
There's no D.
Hoove?
Yeah.
Whomsteadiff? But even if he's gone, the one who've survived need to stand.
That's a weird word. It's just hoove.
Hoove.
The ones who've survived.
Who've survived need to stand and fight. I've never said that once in my entire life.
I guarantee that you have.
No, because I say who have, because I'm not an animal. We
No,
must
you
fight.
don't.
Yes, I did. Who have survived?
Oh, you know, Hayden, he never abbreviates anything. He's like, it is and what
I abbreviate.
is.
No, I abbreviate things except for hoove. The only hooves I know are on horses, okay?
Somebody find a timestamp of Hayden saying who.
No, don't call me out.
Like who have you spoken to? Wait, no, that doesn't work. It would be who have you spoken to?
Who have you spoken? Yeah.
It wouldn't be who have you spoken to. Well, kinda. It could be.
We must fight.
It's just saying it.
Like I'm about to do for my integrity. Then the door opened and the light shined in my eyes.
We must fight.
You like that?
Yeah, it was just
Oh
really
my
loud.
god! Oh my god! Is that the light of hope? Or the light of despair? I knew it was coming. I knew it. Oh. Well now. That the chatterbox Nagito is gone, there are only 6 of you left.
Shut the hell up!
Enough! Just fucking start this already!
Hey!
Hey, this isn't right! This is really the last class trial, right?
Yep.
Yep, it sure is. So you gotta show some enthusiasm and make sure you give it your all.
All right!
Didn't I tell you? He said it! This is the end!
Oh,
Now then.
Let's get this trial started!
Viva killing!
This is the last class trial! Let's show some enthusiasm and kill each other! This is the 5th class trial. According to Monokuma, this is also the last class trial. That curtain is about to rise. Thank you. Nagito Komaida. Is that it right?
yeah, close enough.
The ultimate lucky student.
Oh no, my boyfriend!
Do you the memories?
Do you remember
When
that night I saw you on the beach?
I'm fucking...
And I ate your legs.
Because I watched...
They were so tasty.
Because I watched the best of. Whenever I look at this, I just remember you being like, the sun is boring into my eyes. It's getting very dire on these docks.
Sucks, Haji-may.
When I first met him, I thought he was a nice guy. He came across as very sociable. Oh, that's where they always get you.
And then I looked like this.
But his true nature held such a held such a demented thought process that was nothing like his outward appearance. He said he believed in hope more than anything else. He said he was yearning for a powerful hope that can overcome any despair. He said he would even help despair just to prove that hope will never lose to despair. And he said he'd become a stepping stone for hope. His way of thinking was completely screwed up. But there were also times he saved us too. Like this time. Someone like him was killed. That was the end of him. And I have no idea at all who did it. But there's no way we can end this without knowing. We will be consumed by despair. That's why we absolutely have to find out. The person who finished off Nagito. The killer who murdered Nagito. In order to return from this despair alive, we need to reach the truth. And if Monokuma says this is really the last class trial, that's all the more reason we need to do this. And so, this life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, the last one, has begun.
Yay.
See, I always sober up for that part.
All right.
The trial.
It's the
Now then,
it's all
let's
the,
begin
it's the
with
Amber
a simple
forgets all the
explanation
controls
of the
again.
class trial.
Oh,
Oh,
goody.
it's so
Oh, I'm
bad.
not even there to
During
do
the
the,
class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment.
Oh.
But if you pick the
Everyone-
wrong person,
The X on
Gundam
Gundam.
punish
special
everyone
X.
besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. Oh my, Monami? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you? You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit? Chesto! One more time! Jeez, how about this one?
I like where they're going with this.
This will be my final block. It's
Oh.
useless.
Please stop! I feel bad for Monomi.
Nah, don't.
You're
She's
right.
being tough.
Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monami. The class trial has started, after all. The victim this time is Nagito, who was attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake. Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Don't say something so stupid. There's no way in hell I'm the traitor.
Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito is here, right? Are they the same person? Or Duct tape, duct tape, oil lighter, torture. Survival knife.
The killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The
Torture,
reason Nagito's
Bailey.
body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect is
Was
whoever
sus.
found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
Ape.
I mean, you're kind of most likely in the room.
Yeah, you are the first, I would assume. I would never torture Nagito,
Killer
not even I
didn't
was
take- I'm
really
telling you,
horny
they were
that day.
torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with.
It's because the killer tortured.
No, that's wrong.
But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything.
Ah,
If
right,
he was
we
being
even talked
tortured
about
for
that.
information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
I'm prepared.
Oh, we're jumping right into it.
Oh, shit. Yeah, this one just moves.
I just realized it. It's a trap.
Trap?
Stupid Haji-may. You got caught in that trap.
Stupid. Me? Ma?
Torture, burn rope, survival,
spare
fear,
the-
oil.
Like you said, if Nagito's mouth was taped shut, you'd obviously assume he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. They wanted to hide
Oh,
the
the
fact
blood.
that he got interrogated.
I can't back down.
Oh, because the blood.
So we know. That he
But
got
if you tape his
interrogated
mouth
after.
shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This is how at
Okay,
first
which
the
one is
killer
the
tortured
right
Nagito.
bullet?
And got in then, after
Oh,
they
shit.
killed him.
What is the right bullet?
Damn it!
I was
I gotta find
overcome.
You
bullet.
said if Nagito's mouth was taped, you'd obviously assume he could.
Is it the same truth bullet? That's the one I used.
I was overcome by the smartest one, Kazuichi.
Yeah.
But that was the trap. They wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
X.
But if you tape
Advance.
his mouth shut,
Advance.
how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This
He
is
used
how
his
it was
hands.
first. The killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him,
Allow me to cut through those words.
Counter!
No, there's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up.
There's no
what
doubt.
did you say?
There's no doubt Nagito
cares
was
about
covered
the
in
duct tape?
ducks.
We might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors.
We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
Why do you always side with Haji-may? Do you have a crush on him or something?
Yes, but also he's right. Are you in elementary school or something? No, you have crushes on
You
people
were
in
with
middle
us
school.
when I peeled the
Idiot.
duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right? The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
Had a dream my life could be.
Blood on his face came from his arm wounds. Which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have
Nagito
been
was
struggling to
crinkling
open
again.
his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so we wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer?
If so, it's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard. If not,
Someone that
they
has
wouldn't have taken the time
affiliations
to set
with
fire to the
organized
crime scene
murder.
and destroy all the evidence.
The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
We can't think of any other reason.
But who could have done that?
Your mom.
When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse.
Yeah.
That
And right
fire.
after I opened the warehouse
Yeah.
door,
Picture of a
flames
fire.
started burning from the very back.
Which means it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
The killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this.
Some kind of setup? Like what?
I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect. Alrighty then, let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonia?
Damn right it is!
The reason for the fire, huh? They're right. Damn right. We need to clear that up first. Can't believe I'm saying this, but I miss my hero. I kept seeing her picture and I was like, aw. Picture room.
Ought to be the oil lighter.
The direct cause of the fire was
Oil.
the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
Hot oil.
The killer used some kind of setup. And lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
What the fuck is
Some
that?
kind of setup?
Did
Some
they
kind of
use
gamer
the oil
setup?
as an improvised fuse?
They probably just
wait.
threw the lighter.
It would be
Based on the shape of that oil lighter. It can stand upright while the flame is lit.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
Some way?
Maybe they used invisible thread.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
No,
Or
no.
perhaps
no.
opening the door caused.
I agree with that.
You are right.
I also agree that opening the door is what started the fire.
Just as I thought, it was the wind pressure. A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan!
No, not wind pressure.
Okay,
They
calm down.
probably used the Monokuma panels.
She's a weeb.
A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right? It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but
Right.
some were laying on top of each other in a single line. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Does that mean anything?
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
A domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
That
In
is
place of
dominoes,
those tiles,
yes.
the killer used the Monokuma panels. So when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second. And from there, they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
Do you like Nagito?
Yeah.
Ow, my penis is
But wouldn't
hanging
it be
out.
obvious that those big panels were falling
The
over?
poison is backfiring.
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
The killer did one other thing to hide the domino effect.
Okay. Well,
And that was... something that would have started it. Because, like, he couldn't open the door immediately. There was, like, something in the way.
oh,
I see!
Ah, okay.
You're talking about the MP3 player, right? That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
The inside of the warehouse felt even darker because our eyes were still used to the bright sunlight outside. Within that darkness, a loud hymn blared throughout the warehouse at full volume.
Himmel.
Hymn. Yeah,
Hey, do you guys hear something? Sounds like a himmel.
Yeah, it's really damn loud, that hymn. Does Nagito like listening to depressing hymns like this?
No, I'm not talking about the himmel.
And as if on cue, it suddenly started.
PNGs!
That's it. So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right? Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
It's fine, I'll open it slowly.
Don't
problem, seriously,
open it slowly. With that, Akane did not open it slowly.
What's happening?
I know it. You're not opening it slowly. Why don't you open it slowly?
Ah, so the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
And when we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter.
Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least
You don't look so sure.
at the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
But the blocked
Cardboard.
doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Is that a problem?
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
If that door was the only entrance to the warehouse. I see. So the problem Chiaki's talking about is...
I see.
So we couldn't have left.
If the panel was so close to the
Man, we're
door that
cruising.
it could barely be open,
Yeah, so far. We're gonna
the
hit
killer
the
inside
snag
the warehouse
that's
wouldn't
like,
be able
what?
to leave. Right?
Yeah, there's always one.
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Who? We were all outside the warehouse, you know.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used.
You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
You don't mean...
Oh, I mean, but if that's true, this murder was a
Haji-may?
Sui?
What do you mean?
The person who set up the domino effect inside the warehouse. There's only one person who could have done that.
I mean,
And it was
I've done it
Nagito!
several times before,
This is my
and
answer.
now it works.
Yeah, why is this the easiest trial in the
Why
world?
It was
Yeah,
Nagito.
so far.
Fucking the Teru trial
Why'd you
was
bring
harder than
him up?
this.
He's the victim, you
So
know.
far, let's not get cocky.
Okay, pretty
He
cocky,
wasn't
ain't you?
just the victim. Maybe.
Huh?
Not just the victim? What does that mean?
He was the victim. And he was the perpetrator, too. Maybe.
Are you saying this was a suicide? Don't be stupid. His body was covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget?
I mean, he could have easily done that to himself.
Are you saying those were all self-inflicted?
I love him.
But
He's so subtle. I love it.
Nagito might do something like that. Don't you think?
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember? Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, as long as you understand.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie
yeah,
himself
I
up.
Need to discuss? That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
Like he said, it seems impossible if you think about it, but I feel it. I'm overlooking something. I mean, burn robe.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible.
Okay, this is the part where
Tying
we're
just
gonna
the
get
legs is
lost,
one
I
thing,
think.
but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Hold on.
What?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
Dirty
So
joke!
what if the burned rope was a red herring? He would have had a free hand.
Yeah. But
if
that hand
he
was
burnt it
stabbed.
first. That's true. But
To
we're
actually
asking how
tie
he
up your
tied
own arms
himself
and
up,
legs.
not how he died. 'Cause
That's
he couldn't
obviously
stab
impossible.
himself, 'cause some of
Tying
his
just the
fear.
legs is one thing, but
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
I forget what I do.
Crap!
Was it
Oh,
the
okay.
earlier
So
one was
no. Okay, so we were on the right track. Wrong one. Burnt rope on tie up your own arms and legs. The first one. You did burnt
Oh, for
rope on the
God's
second
sakes.
one. Yeah.
That was just bad luck that
That's
I
obviously
didn't try
Tying
that
just the leg, tying
combination.
both arms would...
You couldn't do much with. It'd be impossible.
How
Also,
about
how
if
am I
you, or if
supposed
you
to
use your
figure?
Dirty joke! Is that
I
a
know
dirty
they're
joke?
like the same.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs.
I guess because it's related to
No,
tying.
that's wrong.
If he...
Hold on a sec. Isn't that premise flawed?
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were...
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms. The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up before then.
It burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that. But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
The proof of the rope burned.
I see.
Take a close look at his right sleeve.
Look at his sleeveys. Where's the armies?
Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. Wouldn't you agree? A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural.
Yeah, well, all of Nagito
That
is
rope
unnatural.
was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right?
Yeah, that should be the case.
Haji-may, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
No, that's not true.
Akane, you should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
That's definitely wrong.
There you
Fair
go.
enough.
Fine. I just gotta get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch me, right?
No,
That's
well,
not what I meant.
mean,
I'm talking about Nagito. I mean, even if his right hand wasn't tied up,
we need to give
the
a
knife was
Benjamin to
still stabbed into
Nagito
it,
before
you
we
know?
touch him.
Yeah,
It's
you know?
impossible to stab a knife into your right hand with your right hand. Ah, that much is obvious.
Haji-may, you tricked me! Give me back that Benjamin!
I can't untouch your boob, though. Ha ha! Now, not only did she try to charge me, but now she wants the money back? What the heck? Man,
hold on.
women,
This
am I
is
right?
for
Should be a way.
OnlyFans.
Then hurry up and spill it.
If it's something lame, I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest.
Now she's just Nami.
Oh, yeah. A way to stab yourself in your right hand using only your right hand.
Now
It's
this
okay.
I have no clue.
There's definitely an answer for this.
Oh, fuck! At least there's not a Hangman's Gambit. Bird rope, survival knife, Monokuma plushie. I mean, the only thing I can think of is the Monokuma plushie. I have
Even
no
if
Because
idea
it
what's
was-
Nagito's
going
right
on
hand
with
was
it.
free.
I mean, I don't know how that even works,
How
but
could he
sure.
stab his right hand
I
with his
don't
right
know.
hand?
If he threw the knife into the air,
May I
and let
just
the
say,
knife fall,
I love them saying,
stab his
stab your
hand
right
that way?
hand with your right hand.
With your right hand.
It's a very
Is he
funny
a throwing
sentence.
knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow? And slammed his right hand down on it?
Ugh.
Propped it onto what?
if
Prop.
he just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
Pudding, pudding, pudding.
Pudding, 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 pudding.
How did he do it?
Even if Nagito...
Let me take another look at this.
I still have the answers open, so I know.
Oh! Life-size Monokuma plushie. Let's have a look at it. Damn. Also, you should close that so that you can help me without giving stuff away.
That's true.
How could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
A
Maybe he
throwing knife
propped the
expert?
knife
I agree with that.
Whoa.
The life-size Monokuma plushie. He must have used that to prop the knife.
Makes sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach. He inserted the knife handle into that hole to prop it up. Then he slammed his hand onto it. If that's it, he had to place the plushie near him. And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
I see. So that's the trick.
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed the plushie. so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
He probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem. The spear. Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear, right? If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito. If that's true,
ceiling.
how is that possible?
Yeah.
He can't grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
Then he probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
There is a limit to his constitution. If you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Cut to Kazuichi.
Didn't catch all that.
Like I said, if you got penetrated by something so big and thick,
said
you would
it
die
twice.
instantly.
Say it one more time.
Oh,
I need to
God.
record it. For reasons.
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out.
Hey, bastard, it's already
she
being
said.
recorded on
In
YouTube.
that condition,
Yeah.
it's very difficult to
Demonetized.
stab yourself with a spear.
Demonetized again!
It'd be hard to use a spear
We
with
get
a knife
demonetized
stab
every time
into your
Nagito
right
is on
hand,
screen.
while your left hand
Yeah.
is tied up.
So you're saying it's impossible?
No, I'm saying it's
But
implausible.
no matter what I think, I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else.
I also agree with that. To think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty, I could never believe that.
One of you did kill someone with such cruelty. It was just himself.
Yeah.
You say you can't believe it? You just don't want to believe it, right? But that's why you keep getting betrayed over and over again, right? Same goes for this time, too.
You just shut your mouth. It's against the rules to interfere with everyone. If you even think about doing anything, I have a plan of my own.
Monomi's sassing me.
But it's just as Monokuma said. We've been betrayed over and over again so far. So this might also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted, and it's too convenient.
Also, we have
Then
more
are you
evidence
saying
to
there
show.
is a killer among us, Kazuichi?
Of course, that doesn't include Miss Sonia and me.
As
And
Kazuichi
me.
said, it's true we've been constantly betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone. No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
I also want to believe that there's no killer, but suicide is unimaginable.
Do you really think so?
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
I did say difficult, but I never said impossible. I feel that there's some way he could have stabbed himself with that spear.
Boku?
What kind of way?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I do,
It's impossible
kind of.
to figure out by myself. So let's think about it together. That's how we made it this far up till now.
Everyone, working together.
She's right. We've made it through several ordeals up until now by doing that. Then, even now.
All right, let's do this.